Okay, I just found a dime. I think that's how I'm gonna start this video. Okay, so hello. Also, by the time that you see this, by the time this gets posted, it'll likely be like August. So hello, time traveler, how's it going? Hope you're well. Hope you did not get ripped apart in the process, because it is very risky to time travel. Anyways, I just got into a thing, low-key, almost got into a thing with my mom again. It is the 19th of March. And the last time we really got into it was the 17th. That was the last time we really talked. And it's just ridiculous, you know? Because from my perspective, it just seems like somebody's bent on, like, trying to, like, push their shit onto me, push their stress onto me. You know what I mean? Because it's like, you see I'm working towards getting a car. I'm telling you that I'm working towards getting a car. And I walked out because she said something about me not working hard enough. Because I said, I've been working on a car. I told you I've been working on getting a car. And she said she had the audacity to fix her lips and tell me that maybe you're not working hard enough. And I was just like, no, we're not doing this. Because I almost snapped at my boss for saying the same fucking shit. Being like, you're not working hard enough. You need to pick up the pace. And I'm like, bitch, what? Like, I really had to restrain myself. But I was like, what? Because one thing about me, you're not going to tell me I'm not a hard worker. I don't have a work ethic. And I think why it pissed me off so much with her is because in my head, the way that I see it, it's like, if you weren't working so fucking much against me, I would already have the things that I'm working towards. But since you're fucking annoying as fuck, and you don't want to, like, cooperate with me, you just want to try to tell me what to do. That's why the fuck I don't have it, because you stress me the fuck out. I gotta, like, take time to fucking cool myself down and, like, you know? So it's like, how dare you try to tell me that I'm not working hard enough? The fuck? So I was like, I love you, but I'm not gonna let you, you're not gonna talk to me like that. So I walked out, I left. Because what the fuck? And essentially it started because I asked her, I was like, can I have more time? Because you see I'm working on getting a car. Like, I just need a little bit more time. Like, you talking about April 1st. And, like... And she's trying to tell me I need to, like, hook up with the housing people. And it's like, we've been on the waiting list. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm already on the waiting list. Like, you just trying to fucking stress me out, and it's fucking annoying. So when she told me I had till the 1st, I initially was just like, okay, let me figure out how I can fucking leave before the fucking 1st. Because, like, I'm really tired of it. Like, I'm really tired. Exhausted, quite actually, you know? Because for the most part, I really just be minding my business. I just be doing what I do. I try to stay out the fucking way. You know, I really do. So, for you to be, like, so bent on stressing me out, like, fuck you, I'm gonna leave. I'm never gonna fucking talk to you again. Because, like, what the fuck? You know, I would love to have a decent relationship with that woman, but it's, like, impossible. Because you can't chill out. And it wouldn't be possible, I guess, until I get my own place. But it's like, you stress me out so fucking much, it's hard for me to even focus on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't know, maybe she wants to just sit in her dysfunction. Because, like, if I leave, like, I guarantee you that place is just going to get worse. And it's like, if that's what you want, if you just want to be self-destructive, sure. Sure. But, like, the fact that I have to be affected by that is, like, fucking annoying. Like, you know what I mean? Why can't you just do that within your own self? Why can't you be self-destructive in your own energy? Why do you have to push that onto other people? That's not a responsible human thing to do. You know, I don't think it is. Do you think it is? Do you think that's responsible? I don't think so. Although, could you imagine a Dora type show where they, like, point out, like, what? Oh gosh, sorry, I had a boogie. That was kind of gross. But could you imagine a Dora style show where they pointed out when people were being stupid or, like, you know, illogical or whatever? That'd be so funny. Do you see the cognitive dissonance with this one? Where do you see the cognitive dissonance? No, that should be really funny. If you're watching this and you have the means to make that happen, you should definitely make that happen. That would be so fucking funny. And I guess, thankfully, because I have a little bit extra of, like, resources, it doesn't feel as, like, soul crushing, because I have something that I could, like, utilize to help me, if that makes sense. Like, money doesn't fix your problems, but it definitely gives you the space to be able to, like, fix your problems. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's definitely a lot more difficult to fix your issues, to heal yourself when you're, like, homeless, when you don't have the space to, like, you know, be comfortable. You know, when you're constantly worried about what's what's happening over your shoulder, and like, you know, it's very difficult. I mean, it's possible, but it's very difficult, you know? And I don't know why I'm thinking about famous people. That's also something I'm thinking about. I mean, I'm not the most famous person. I'm not necessarily striving for ultimate fame in this moment, but I do recognize that it is going to happen most likely. But I'm thinking about like famous people, like people who have really fast lives, you know? It's also really hard to heal when you're in that sort of environment, because once again, you're always worried about the next thing and worried about the person next to you and all this shit. So I don't know, I really do have love for my parents, but I do believe and I do understand that that's partially because I just have love inside of me, and I, you know, have love for all of God's creatures, you know? But like, because I don't think I could say that I would be able to like these people if they weren't my parents, you know what I'm saying? And it's really, I think it's a really painful truth, but it is, that's what it is. Like, because it's like, you don't treat me with respect, you don't treat me with consideration. Why am I supposed to, why am I supposed to like you? And I was talking about it in a previous video, I do think a lot of people lack self-respect. So a lot of people don't mind being talked down to because that's all they're used to, that's what they know, that's what feels familiar. But I don't know, man, like, I'm familiar with it, but then I don't want it. Like, no. Also, can I go back to earlier? Because I'm really proud of myself for walking out. Because I'm working my ass off. And I know for sure there are things that I could be doing more to achieve my goals. Sure. But I already also know that compared to most people, I'm doing a lot. Like, I'm taking time to regulate myself. I'm taking time to really check myself, like, be aware of my thoughts, like, and I'm, you know, like, what? That alone is more than what most people are fucking doing, unfortunately. I don't mean to say it like, I don't like that. I don't like that as a fact, but that is a fact. Like, most people are not that aware of themselves, you know? And so that alone, I'm doing way more than you could ever think. But yeah, I do think that some people just want what they want. And some people refuse to see reason outside of that, unfortunately. And I do think that these people are victims to that. Because, I don't know, like, a reasonable person, like somebody who's in the right state of mind, is not going to look at a situation like the situation that I'm in and think to behave in the way that they are behaving. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that they're mentally unwell, and so to some degree I do give it grace. I also give it grace because they're fucking violent ass people, and I don't want to fucking have to be a victim to that. But that aside, like, they're mentally unwell. Unfortunately, it's not funny. I don't mean to laugh at it, but that's where the fuck it is. And one of the things that I called out, I was like, how are you going to kick me out, but you're trying to say that the truth is that I'm homeless? Like, because I'm supposed to be talking to these people, talking to these, you know, so I can get housing or whatever. And she's like adamant on the idea that like the truth is you're homeless. And I'm like, okay, but literally that is not the truth. Like what? I'm in a very fucked up environment for sure, but I'm not homeless, like literally. And it's like, and it's people like this who just like lie all the time and are just so okay with lying. It becomes way bigger than you could ever imagine, you know, because it's like, that doesn't even make sense. You can't even fix your lips to say, okay, obviously you're not homeless, but you need them. But no, she just keeps repeating the same thing of like, no, but you are. And I'm like, and then part of me feels like it's a low-key spiritual attack, low-key like subconscious attack of like her trying to like dictate my reality. And it's like, what is wrong with you? What, like, do you not have any sense of like empathy, like any sense of like do as to others as you would like to be done to you? You know what I'm saying? Like, because I could guarantee if somebody was treating you and behaving to you the way that you were treating me, you would have a huge problem with it. Like, I know for a fact you would. So why do you think it's okay to behave that way, you know? It's not, but you still do it anyway. And like I said, I don't know exactly how April's gonna look for me. I did have a really nice live stream this morning where I did, not crowdfund, but I did mention my crowdfunding or whatever. Is that what you call it? Crowdfunding? Fundraising? I don't know. I did talk about it, and somebody was like, I will help. And I don't know what they meant by that. I haven't seen anything from them, but they said that they would help. And so that was something. And I don't know. Like, I really just want to be able to like transition smoothly and not have to be super fucking stressed about it. I've already been stressed. I've already had to deal with the idea of like thinking about like what I'm gonna do and shit. But I would really just love a fucking smooth transition, bro. Like, just, boop, you know? So, yeah, I'm gonna like keep pushing towards that, I guess. And then like, we'll see how that pans out. That was perfect timing. I wish I would have waited, but, and that's the thing about like healing, you know, getting better, improving. You know, it's not linear. Sometimes you're gonna like really be on top of it, and then other moments you'll be like, what the fuck is happening? And, you know, it's just how it goes, because we are human, and sometimes we fall off, sometimes we forget, sometimes we want something so badly we forget what we learned. You know, it happens. It's part of the journey, I guess. And I don't know, I just wish people would try to be better people. If that sounds like silly, maybe, I don't know. But I just wish people weren't such assholes, you know, because what goes around comes around, and it's really annoying to have to see or witness people. And I don't know, some of you get off on it, I'm not judging. Some of you are like, are they getting their karma? I hope they fucking learned their fucking lesson. And I'm like, all the power to you, bubs. But for me, as a super empath, it really does hurt to see people go through shit that they could have avoided just by being a decent person. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'm supposed to go into work today. Not that I'm not going to. I don't know why I said it like that. I'm going into work today. And, I don't know. That'll give me some space from the problem, from the issue, which my mom did help me get the job, but like the way that she went about it was so fucking slimy, you know, because originally she was working there, and that's how she got me into the job, and we were supposed to be like working together. It's not necessarily on the same shift, but that is how it happened. And because she worked there, she would be able to give me rides, and it would be really like smooth and easy for me. But like, even before I started working there, when I was doing the hiring process, she was talking about I want to quit, I don't want to work here no more. She started talking about it. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, what are you talking about? And then like, I actually got the job, and she was like, yeah, I'm thinking about quitting. I'm like, what are you talking about, bro? Like, what? Like, that is not the agreement. That is not what we planned for, you know? And then I confronted her about it. She was like, and what? I'm like, what? This is exactly why I need to get the fuck away from you. Because what are you talking about? And what? What? Like, what? And I don't know. I do think that the worst thing about it is that she is so highly regarded. Like, good for her. That's, you know what I mean? Good for you, I guess. Also, thank you, fucking motorcycle, for that. Thank you. I definitely needed that. You know, so many people, like, look up to her and, like, trust her judgment. And I'm like, she is a terrible fucking person. Like, she does not have good discernment. She does not have good morals. Like, once again, she's my mother, and I care about her. I love her. But, like, that is the fucking truth of it. And, you know, because obviously I don't believe in groupthink, but most people, if you would ask them, like, you know, would you let your child stay with you if they were, like, working towards a goal or something, or trying to find stability? And 9 times out of 10, people are going to be like, yeah, I would let them stay. Like, if they're not being disrespectful or, like, dirty or, like, whatever, then whatever. You know, and compared to the other people who are living there, it's like, I ain't doing shit. I'm just existing, bro. Like, compared to everybody else who's living there, I'm like, not even gonna say it like that, but I'm a blessing. You know what I mean? Like, and if you want to lose out on your blessing, sure. But like, at the same time, the fact that it affects me in some way is like really not fair, and I don't like that. Because I do my best to stay out of the way, and time again, these people find different ways, different subtle ways to like disrupt my energy, disrupt my peace, and they just don't care. And you know what I mean? And once again, maybe it's a good thing that she's trying to kick me out, but it's just like, the way that she's going about it, I'm like, really? You know that I'm working towards something. You know that I'm, like, I asked her, I was like, would you let me stay? And she was like, no. I'm like, okay, but then she's supposed to be helping me find housing, but you're also kicking, that doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you want me to get housing, but then, I don't know, it's really weird. And so, like, I'm just kind of wading through that, trying to navigate that, I guess. But yeah, I feel like I've been rambling for a while. I'm gonna end this here. I'm gonna say thanks for tuning in, I guess. Whoever does tune in, whoever watches, listens, whatever, I appreciate your presence. Shout out to the Patreon members. Shout out to those who tip and donate and purchase readings and stuff. I do appreciate you guys like so much. Some of you more than others, but you know who you are. I thank you for your time and energy. And with it, I'm gonna end this. I'm gonna remind you, everything's temporary. Try to keep your head up like I'm trying to keep my head up. And trust that things will improve if you keep working towards it, if you keep thinking positively. And I'll see you when I see you. Bye.